Who's got a problem? Pat Fitzgerald has a problem. I like Pat Fitzgerald. Everybody likes Pat Fitzgerald. I'll tell you who else has a problem. Players at Northwestern. Now, people are on me early today. They're on me. They're on me big time because I am all over the players. Here's what happened. I'll never understand players and nudity. Hey, look, I understand you're in the shower. Okay, that's the nudity. But I'll never understand doing something somehow, some way with naked bodies of men in a locker room being forced to touch each other. We had it here in Carmel High School years ago. A real notable IU player's son was involved in this. And next thing you know, the coach lost his job. But I've never understood this. I remember going back in high school, a rival school. They were taking sticks or whatever and sodomizing. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, why? Look, the only hazing that was ever done in my 20 plus years of coaching, and I don't even know if this is hazing, maybe it would be considered now, is freshmen had to help the managers with the bags. The managers had all these bags. They had film bags, they had ball bags, they had all these bags, all these equipment bags. And I gotta tell you, that's it. I never understood it, will never understood it, and I'm so glad that when I went to Indiana, it was not a part of the basketball program. It was part of other programs of friends of mine that went to play. I remember a couple buddies of mine coming back after being there in the summer at different schools going, man, we got idiots as seniors. These guys, but it was never naked stuff. It was never naked stuff. Like, I'll never understand the naked stuff. I'll never understand the mentality that leads a dude to think it's okay to do whatever. I don't even know. You tell me. I'll never understand. So people are on me, right? No, people are all over me. People are mad at me. But now what Northwestern is doing is the Bob Knight strategy. And look, I don't blame you. The Bob Knight strategy was always this. Get the former players, get the current players to rally around the coach. Talk about how much you've learned from him. Talk about what a great guy he is. And you've seen this all across the internet, all across Twitter over the last couple days. And that's great. Pat Fitzgerald, by every account, is a great dude. Nobody's saying he's not. But why did he allow this? Why was this a part of it? You know, why? Why was there anything even remotely sexual in nature a part of the program? Tell me and I'll listen. So what happens was now the president of the university came out and said, all right, 2 weeks. It was a Friday news dump. We're going to give him a 2-week suspension. It's during a dead period, by the way, when he's being suspended without pay. Now, that's significant, right? I mean, a dude makes millions, and it's going to be a decent-sized fine, but it's not going to impact him. Then the president said, whoa, wait a second. Hold the phone here. I didn't take into account the fact that he should have known. And that's a big account. There's the entire football team. Of course, the entire football team sent a letter. Oh, great. That's awesome. Fantastic. That's great. Yes, he's a great man. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. Why'd you have hazing? And to your players, why'd you haze? You know, I'm reading all these glowing comments about how Fitzpatrick helped me and I'm using what I learned as a father now. And that's all true, I guarantee you. But why did you players haze? What made you think it was okay to do that? And frankly, I'll blame Fitzpatrick like everybody else. Hey, look, you're overseeing the program. You're Lord God King Northwestern. We all understand that, right? But the fact of the matter is the players did the actual hazing. What did you get out of that? That's my problem. Like, all these guys are on Twitter going, oh man, Coach Fitz is the greatest. I love the man. Why'd you haze? And if you really look at it, not one of these guys, zero of these guys, is saying hazing never occurred. And there was an independent group hired by Northwestern that found that hazing did occur. Now look, if you're going to tell me hazing was making freshmen wear ties or freshmen wear jacket and tie on campus on game day or get the bags, all right, fine. I mean, who gives a rat's? But the hazing went beyond that. The hazing went to the point of, and this is the stuff that, who knows what's really true, right? Sexual assault is what they're claiming. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. In Indiana, there was a player from Indianapolis named Roby who drugged or flunked or something out of Tennessee. He comes back to IU, same thing. He was a big-time recruit. He was a pain. They got rid of him, and he's the guy that started alleging that Kevin Wilson back in the day was too mean, too hurtful. ESPN picked it up, and Wilson got fired. So I honestly don't know, because there are reports that a player had an extensive grudge against Fitzpatrick, and he had, ladies and gentlemen, an extensive agenda to get this thing and get him out of here. I don't know. I have no idea. Running of players, car washes, penis, I can't help you. Naked slingshot, naked bear crawls. I've never understood the naked thing. I don't. I will never in my life understand it, but they did it. They're not denying that they did it. And yet all anybody wants to say is Fitzpatrick's a great guy, or whatever the hell his name is. I don't even care. I honestly don't. Guys are blanking me off. To me, if you're going to be a leader, you know that this stuff is happening, and I better not see it in my world. I just better not. And if I do, you're done. And if I do more than one, no, not ever. It can't be in your culture. I brag about this, and I'm going to brag now. When it was going on, when stuff was going on in college, a doctor named Nick Pappas was talking about two different teams. He wrote a book about deviant sports behavior within college athletics. Calls me up. Says, hey, Dan, I want to interview your players. I go, you interview my players. He calls me later. You know what he says? I never seen anything like it. I never seen anything like it. You've got the greatest culture that I've ever seen. I call him Fitzpatrick. It's Fitzgerald. My bad. I don't even care. I can't believe it. So I leave, and Louis Orr comes into Bowling Green, and he's like, this is a perfect setup. Everybody's on time for every class. Everybody's a little bit scared. Nothing wrong with that. Fitzgerald, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Fitzgerald is going to be fired at some point. There's no question about it. There's no way around it. And that's sad, because I'm sure he's a good dude. But you know what? If you didn't know, you should have known. But I wonder about all these players. Players get they skate in today. Well, they're just kids. No, they're not. No, they're not. Stop with they're just kids. What is it? I'm a grown man? Man, I'm a grown man. Oh, okay. Or is it, I don't know, you're a kid. I don't know. It's a grown man when you want something, when you want to be paid like a freaking, employee, but I'm a kid when you got to answer for being a sexual deviant. No, it's true. No, it's really true. So people are saying what Patino did was worse, this is worse. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I got to tell you, the sex thing, if I'm a former player at Northwestern, I'm not too proud to have been associated with that program, because once people get to where I already am, which is, the coach is in real trouble, but what are you players doing? What's wrong with you? Why are we having naked walkthroughs or crawls? Why? What is that about? I just want you to think about that for a second. All right, we're having a naked crawl today. Some guy's going to crawl naked and you're going to smack him, or you're going to dry hump him. Jeez, I got to tell you, I've always said, I'm from a different universe. I am. Because that stuff does not even sound human to me. That could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure I am. I don't doubt that I am. But I got to tell you, holy cow. The whole